I don't know, Chris, have you ever read the book Unreasonable Hospitality?
I haven't, no.
Fantastic book. It really comes from the restaurant industry and the hospitality industry. If you wrap a technology-enabled business with some of those principles, you can create what I would call a Michelin star experience for your
Nice.
business. And I think that's a really, really meaningful thing. It's those little micro moments. Google talked about them back in the day called the ZMA, right? The zero moment of truth. This is 15 years ago. But I think the same rules apply, right? When people want to feel seen, they want to feel heard, they want to feel loved, they want to feel important. And when you make people feel seen and you make people have those feelings, you can call it what you want. Call it vibe marketing, call it, whatever word you want to use. But really, if you can make people have those feelings, there's a measurable revenue and economic impact that you can have on them.
I've often thought with Michelin star restaurants, one of the things that is amazing about them is the simplicity, the focus, the clarity, and then one of the things you see on a bit of a tangent, but Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, one of the first things he does, he goes in and strips out 50, 60% of the menu. So you've got a very easier menu to go through, which I always think is something that is really powerful to do, just kind of that simplicity.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because one of the first things we do when we're looking at those three principles, the first principle is limited customization, right? The more you do, the more you're going to do poorly. The less you do, the more you can do exquisitely. And that's where really elevating the craft is really important. What we also do in those businesses is we help them identify sawdust, right? And what I mean by that specifically is, if you think about a lumber yard, they cut wood and there's a lot of sawdust that goes on the floor. Well, most people throw the sawdust out in their business, right? If you're a photographer and you're taking photos, are you selling the stock or training AI on the stock, if you will, right? If you're, a kitchen and you have scraps, how are you, donating that to a local shelter or something like that? So any business has sawdust. We look for the sawdust in the business.